Hey, Fit Fam, it's your girl, Olandina Ballin, and I am the Fitter Woman. And welcome to the very first episode of the Love Initiative. So, I'm the host of Muscles and Stilettos. So, brief introduction of who I am. I am a teacher, I am a health coach, I am a motivator, I am a professional bodybuilder, and everything that I do, my whole purpose in being, my whole purpose in establishing the Fitter Woman is to share my journey, my story of becoming a fitter woman. And it is a journey where I'm ever evolving. I don't think I'll ever be the ultimate, but I'm damn sure going to try to be my best self. And what I do with my platform is I just want to share in everything that I've learned. As a teacher, I believe in educating. But also, to be a good teacher, you have to be an even better student. So, as I learn, I just share. As I learn, I share. Because what I've learned is in my journey, the better connected you become to yourself, the more you get to know your body, the more you get to know your own mind, the the better off you are. Like the more well-rounded you become, the more influence you see in your life because you've taken the time to take care of yourself. You've taken the time to get to know yourself. You've taken the time to just be the best you. And in becoming the best you, you help to bring that out in those around you. So, welcome to my show, Muscles and Stilettos. Usually, I have a guest with me, and today I don't. Today, my guest will be you as you come in and you participate in the discussion, and as we begin to share what comments and we learn from each other. So today, I'm just putting out stuff, putting out information, and just waiting for your feedback. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my Instagram fam and make sure they get on because I know they always like to be a part of this discussion as well. So tonight, I'm going to talk about love and all the different forms of love. So, so give me a second as I'm doing that. I want you all just to kind of just join me. Put a little commercial for you guys. My name is Orlandina Ballard, and I am the Fitter Woman. I'm an educator, motivator, professional bodybuilder. I am the people's health coach, here to help you to become your best self. And this is Muscles and Stilettos. I am Wonder Woman, a wonder of a woman, a creature so fearfully and wonderfully made that even my creator had to sit back and say, oh man, an amazing Amazon, protector to all. Hell had nothing to do that I can should I of my own Mother Earth, growing potential thoughts, potential ideas, birthing those ready to be born and those ready to be reborn. All right, fam. So here we are, the first of a four-part series. Hey, Instagram fam. Thank you for joining me. So tonight is all about love. I wanted to talk about the Love Initiative. Now, Instagram fam, you're going to have to get on YouTube to see what I'm talking about because I can't show you. I don't have little cards for you. So you need to get on to YouTube. And as you guys are getting onto YouTube, if this conversation is striking you and it's hitting you and you're thinking of someone that needs to hear this, go ahead and share it with them. Okay. So Instagram fam, you got to join me on YouTube. YouTube, the Fitter Woman. That's it. Not much to look for. So let me share my screen. I feel like a student. I feel like I'm teaching my kids. Let me share my screen. Show you guys what we are up to here with the Fitter Woman. We have a love initiative that's going to span from February to March. So one moment. I got to open up this screen. This is when one day I will have an assistant to come and set this up for me. So here we go. There we go. I think y'all can see that. Yep. I hope I didn't close the screen though. I'm definitely notorious for that. Okay, great. There we go. So the month of February through March is going to be our love initiative. Why the love initiative? I wanted to do the love initiative because I felt that we are living in a time right now where there's not a lot of love in the world. There's a lot of judgment, there's a lot of hate, there's a lot of angst, there's a lot of depression, there's just a lot of negativity going on in the world. And I was just reminded of what happened at the Capitol, how one person was able to really incite people to hate with just his words. And I said, well, if somebody can incite and excite people to hate, then we as one or as many can excite and incite people to love. And so I wanted to do and create this love initiative. So now I'm sitting down with this on my heart. And the other reason why I wanted to start the initiative is something had happened. I was able to make a connection with someone in terms of business. And as I began to make connections with that one person, I was able to connect with another and connect with another. And just the energy of the day was just so high. And all that kept coming across my heart was move in love, move in love. And when you move in love, anything can happen. Everything is limitless. Nothing has nothing you can't stop. But you have to move in love. So that's what came across my heart. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and start this love initiative. I started talking to other people about it, and they were like, yo, that's such a dope idea. What is it all about? So, why the love initiative? I feel that if we move in love, we can fall in love, we can stand in love, we can change the world. Because when you love something passionately, when you love something with all of your heart, you give it your all, whether it's a project, whether it's a goal. When you fall in love with something, you give it everything. And you can literally change your world. You can change the way you see things. You can change the way you perceive, well, not your perception, but yeah, you can change your perception because they said perception is reality, right? So if you can move in love, because look what happens when you fall in love. When you fall in love, man, that person can do no wrong, right? When you fall in love, that person could drop a bomb. They're like, oh, that was just the sweetest thing. You can forgive them all of their errors and, certain indiscretions, of course, but you can forgive them of almost anything because you love them so much. So that's why I wanted to start the initiative. I feel like when we move in love, the love itself is what inspires and encourages you, and it creates connections between you and other people who move in that same way. So I said that when you understand the different types of love out there. Now, February we know is Love Month, right? We celebrate um, we're celebrating Valentine's Day, and it's all about the romantic love, the love between husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, girlfriend, girlfriend. Now, and any couple is and any couple can work, but it's a love. It celebrates love between two lovers. But there's so many other types of love out there, and I'm not saying it to negate. I'm definitely not the Grinch of Valentine's, but I just want to bring us into another realm, take us to another level. When we really understand the different types of love, we can become conscious of how deep our connection is with ourselves and the people in our lives because you just become so in tuned in love. And the better you understand love, the better you can apply its power in your everyday life. And the better you can understand, you can show, and you can accept unconditional love. Like right now, I think I see one person watching, and it's okay because I feel that as I begin to move in love, it just attracts other like-minded people. And that's to show you guys, whatever it is that you want, whatever you're most passionate about, believe me, it will attract like-minded people. And the energy that you feel as one becomes two, becomes four, becomes eight, it becomes 16. Love just amplifies everything. So that's why I decided to start the Love Initiative. Hello, public figure brand. I am actually airing on YouTube as well, so you can see what I'm talking about. But pretty much, I'm talking about this love initiative that I started. And as I am moving in love, falling in love, and not just in the romantic sense, when we fall in love with ourselves, we can fall in love with each other. We can stand arm in arm in love. We can change the world. So that's what I wanted to do this because I feel that with love, you can change anything. Because when you love something, a person, a project, anything, when you love it unconditionally, you love it beyond all its faults, anything that it can do to you, anything that can happen, even if it falls apart, you're like, I love this, and you're willing to go back in it again. So that's why I decided to start the Love Initiative. Now, what does that entail? A couple of things. So this month, and the Love Initiative is not only for the month of February. The Love Initiative is going to be for the month of February. It's going to be for the month of March, and it's just going to grow and grow because I truly believe that as this goes out, more and more people want to be involved because we all want to move and stand and fall in, well, not fall in a negative sense, but fall in love with one another. So one of the things that I'm doing is this Friday, we're going to have our first Fit of Woman Galentine's Day. And it's going to be an evening. We're going to talk about fashion. We're going to talk about jewelry. We're going to talk about skincare, makeup. We're going to have a pajama workout. We're going to have a virtual dance party. We are even going to have sleeping beauty rituals. And what started as an idea with one person, I was able to invite that one became two, I now have 6 other people coming in to have this Galentine's Day event with me. And it's virtual. You don't have to do anything. It's complimentary. All you got to do is click and join. Come in your pajamas, come with your favorite bottle of wine, and bring a friend that is in need of a reminder of how special they are, a friend that is in need of a reminder of they need a little bit of self love. And that's what this is about. So I'm starting the Fitter Woman Self-Care Series, and I'm not doing it by myself. I'm doing it with a tribe of other women who believe in the same idea, this concept of self-care and self-love, because that's where love begins. Love begins with you. Love begins with one. Then one becomes two, and two becomes four, and it just multiplies. It's exponential, right? I'm a math teacher. So it's exponential. So we have our Galentine's Day this Friday, right here on YouTube. And then in 2 weeks, we're going to have a do it yourself, like a little craft. I've invited one of my good friends, the owner of Sparkle and Ink, Kathy Gelbman, and she's going to lead us through making beads of affirmation. Beads, and we're calling them colors of love and affirmation. That's going to be on February 26th. So if you go on my Eventbrite page, you will see the link to purchasing your kit. You can get it right on Amazon. Be ready for us on February 26th. And we are going to have an ultimate, just a great time where we are exploring colors, the connection that you feel. We're talking about chakras. We're not specialists in chakras, but I know a little bit of something. But just the connection of as you're creating these beads, there's an intention going in. So when you have your beads, whenever you're wearing them, anytime you're feeling low, you're reminding yourself of how much you love yourself. So that's our the second event for our Fitter Woman Self-Care Series. So this is all part of the Love Initiative, all of it, just to start with self-care, start with you, and then it just goes out into your world. The next thing that we have coming up, like I said, we have our virtual pajama party. So, and then we're going to have a pure romance after party. That's for the grown and sexy. So we're going to have a great time at this event. Like I said, all you need to do, click the link, bring a friend, get your bottle of wine, put on your favorite pajamas, and you are set to go. All right, fam. So that's that. And now let's talk about love. The first part, this is going to be part of a 4-part discussion. We have every week, we're going to talk about 2 forms of love and what love really means. So I did some research as to what is love. We all know that, love, we think of romance. We may think of self-care. We may think of the love between a parent and child, the love between friends. There are all so many different forms of love. And as we explore these different forms of love and we gain a better understanding, because for me, as I'm reading and getting a better understanding of what love is, I'm able to better apply it in my own life and look at people with a smile and look at people and want to treat them well in love. So today we're going to talk about two forms. Today we're going to talk about, well, the concept of the spark. You know, like when people talk about, I fell in love, I saw him, I saw her, and then a spark ran through me and I knew they were the one, right? I knew he or she was the one. So what is that spark? They call it the love catalyst. The spark of love, I call it the spark of life. That's what it is to me. They call it the spark of love or the love catalyst. I call it the spark of life because I believe that anything that you do, anything that you love to do begins with a spark, just a little zip, and then you're just going full force, right? So what is a love catalyst? A love catalyst is a spark. It is a part of yourself that enhances your experience with a particular type of love. So for example, self-love is sparked in the soul, whereas affectionate love is catalyzed or sparked in the mind, right? Therefore, your catalyst or the agent of change that provokes a feeling of a certain type of love, that is your spark. That is your love catalyst. And there are 8 different types of love, and each of them are catalyzed and differently, and therefore you interact with them differently. Hey, Roxy. So today we're talking about those 8 forms of love and where they begin. And I'm not going to talk about all 8 today. We're only going to focus on 2. Hey, girl. Today we're talking about love. You know, the month of February, people focus on romantic love, and the reality is there's like 8 different forms of love. And I wanted to start this whole thing called a love initiative so that people, the reason being is that I want to show that anything you want to do, whether it's to fall in love, whether it's to start a project, everything begins in love. And love has this spark, right? So I'm doing different events to just, just to demonstrate how we can show each other self-care through love. Because the whole idea is if we move in love together, we will fall in love together and we will stand in love. Because when you fall in love with somebody, they can do no wrong, right? They can burn down your house. I love them. Now, I'm not saying in the negative sense, but to be in something so much that you are in love with it, we can change the world because that it changes our perception of what our lives are like when you are moving in love. And I was saying that I had this experience a couple of weeks ago where I was just really focusing on the energy of love and meditating and reading about love and what it meant spiritually. And it just led to this connection, like all these business connections started coming out of it. And the energy of the day was just like, I was up here someplace, right? And I said, wow, that was the spark. That was the spark of love, that spark of creativity. And that spark, it just amplifies everything. You just start connecting with other people that are of like minds because love is just energy. What's up, realtor? Alex Rosa from Florida. What's going on? What's going on, brother? So you see, spark of love. You start with one and it just amplifies. So if you're watching my YouTube channel, I'm just talking about the different forms of love. And like every week this month, I'm just going to talk about 2 different forms. So it's all part of my love initiative. And I'll come back to that. So let's go ahead. I'm going to talk about 2 forms of love today. The first form is called, there are 8 different, there's eros, and all of these are Greek. These are from the Greek words. So they're all inspired by Greek. So eros, which is erotic love. That's one type of love. Philia, that's where you get the name of Philadelphia. Yes, agape, that's more of your worldly love, which is what we inspire to be. That's like the ultimate form of love, right? And there's another one. It rhymes with the word stork, right? It's called storge. And it's familiar or love within family. Ludus, which is playful love. You have mania, That's where you get the word maniac. I love words, by the way. Mania, maniac, or an obsessive love, right? Then we have pragma, which is enduring love. That's that love that you see people who've been married 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years, and you're like, dang, how you do it? That's that love. That's pragma. And then there's philautia, which is something that we all need to start with, which is self love. Hey, Tri-State Ale House, what's going on? You know, I know I'm a fitness person, but I like beer. I like dark stout. I love dark stout. Okay, anyway, let me go back. And then agape, like you said, Alex, it's that whole idea of selfless love. So tonight we're just going to focus on two forms of those loves. And the concept is the better we understand love, the better we truly understand the concept of love. Because I was talking to a friend the other day and she was saying, I was saying that, we just throw that word out so easily. I love you. I love you. I love you. And then we don't really truly understand what love is. And I'm one of them. So I said to myself that I really want to understand what love is. And so I started doing this research. So the first form of love we're going to talk about is philia. That's where you get the word Philadelphia. It's the city of brotherly love. Now, philia is a different type of love. You know that word when they say, you just love each other because you're friends. And Dyson, really? Make sure you do my homework. Make sure my homework is done. You on here. That's one of my students. So philia is one type of love. It's the love between friends. It's the love between if you're on a team. It's the love of just that deep love, that friendship. Like, we've been through it all. Like that song from Mobb Deep, been through it all, seen it all, right? That's that kind of love. That's philia. It runs deep in true friends. That's when you're like, yo, this is my brother from another mother. This is my sister from another mother. So that love begins in the mind. Why? Because you're not friends with everybody. People say you can't choose your family. You're born into your family, but you choose your friends. So philia is a very special love. It's platonic. We get that from Plato. It's a platonic. There's no physical attraction. No, but the attraction is in like-mindedness. I don't even know if that's a word, but I'm gonna make it a word. It is of love of like-mindedness. And when you know that saying, your vibe attracts your tribe. So you attract like-minded people with philia. So philia is a love without romantic attraction. It occurs between friends or family members, the ones that you like, that's my cousin, like my family. It occurs when both people share the same values and respect each other. It's commonly referred to as brotherly love, as we said, Philly. Now, it starts in the mind, like I said, because you are on the same wavelength as the person that you share philia with, right? How do you show it? You engage in deep conversation. Like when when you're sitting there and you vibing with someone, you're like, because I like to say, you're speaking my language. You're my people, right? That's what I say. You're speaking my language. You're my people because we have that like mind. You are open and trustworthy with your friends. Your friends know you better than your husbands, your wives, your girlfriends, your boyfriends. Your friends, you are your whatever you want to be because your friends is like no judgment, right? And you support each other during hard times. That's what you do. Like, yo, remember when we went through this and remember when this happened? That's philia. And that's a love that occurs between friends. And some of us have better loving relationships with our friends than we do with ourselves. So one of the things you can do if you have a love of friends and you have that to go by, if you don't already have self-love, try to take that friendship around and try to include yourself in that friendship, right? So I'm going to be friends with myself. I remember growing up, I would tell my mom, I want to go and sleep over at my friend's house. She was like, what friends? You have no friends. And that's their Haitian, l'école, l'église, la caille, right? Your house, church, and home. And you want to hang out with your friends. Mom was like, you have no friends. Your daddy and and me, we're your friends. Your sisters, they are your friends. So, but when you do have those good friends that are with you, they rock with you, they ride with you, that's philia. That is one form of love, right? So I don't know what you guys think so far. I'm going to stop. I want to see your thoughts, comment, share. If you're liking this conversation, definitely share it. Share it to someone that wants to hear about it. If you have any comments, you can drop a comment down below. It doesn't matter. Tell me what you're thinking. And I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Because I tell my students all the time, I don't want to keep talking. So, anything? Oh, okay. I'll keep going. Next form of love that I want to talk about tonight is called pragma. Pragma. Pragma is a unique bonded love. It is a love that goes beyond that eros. It goes beyond romance. It doesn't. It's something that has matured. It's like fine wine. It just matures over time, and that begins in the subconscious. Okay, and what happens is it is an everlasting love between a couple that chooses to put the equal amount of effort in that relationship. So if only one person's working towards it, nah, that's not pragma, right? That, hey, Moon Zareth, what's up, girl? How you doing? So tonight we're just talking about different forms of love, and tonight I'm just focusing on two. And what I'm going to be doing is every week just focusing on two different forms of love. The idea is that as we better understand love, we can move in love, we can walk in love, we can fall in love, we can stand, which is the most important part, standing in love, which is extremely, yes. Pragma, very rare. That's those couples that you've seen, they've together. What's going on, girl? That's the one where the couples, they've been together for a long time. And when you look at them, you say, how did you do it? And I noticed, I don't know if you guys noticed that when you ask them, how did you do it? Their whole thing is, we were committed to each other. Even when times were rough, even when I wanted to get out of there and run for the hills, we decided that this marriage was worth it. This relationship was worth it. And that's pragma. And I don't even think it has to be with marriage. You see people who are friends for a long time and they, had their differences and split from the friendship, and they're like, nah, we've been through so much, we can't let this go. That's pragma. That's dedication right there. That's that right there. That's that grit. Like, you ain't going nowhere. Like, we are staying together. And the reason why they say it starts in the subconscious, or they say it's etheric, they say that the subconscious drives partners towards each other. And this feeling comes unknowingly, and it feels purposeful. Like, we are together. It's so deep that it goes beyond us. It's so deep that we are just driven to move and continue with this relationship. So how do you show that? How do you show an appreciation for pragma? You continue to strengthen the bond of long-term relationships. So those friends that you've been friends with 20, 30, and 40 years, continue being your friend. Continue to be a friend. Seek and show effort with your partner. Always work at it, right? It's so easy for us to become complacent. I've been guilty of it. Like, you just working, and you just, you take it for granted that the person's there. And that's not always the case. So you have to be able to be committed and seek and show effort with your relationship. And then lastly is you're making a choice to work. Like, nah, this is not ending. We are going to work on this because you are the person I want to be with forever and ever and ever. Amen. And that's how it's going to work. That's pragma. So tonight we talked about pragma, which is that enduring, that love that we are working through this. And then we also spoke about philia, which is that friendship among friends. That is that love among friends. So tonight, fam, is just the first. It is the first of this love initiative. I truly, 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 truly believe that when you do something in love, genuinely do it in love, there's nothing that you cannot do. My students asked me the other day, what made me become a teacher? I said, my aunt tricked me into it. I didn't want to become a teacher. I wanted to work with the United Nations. That was my goal. I graduated from the School of International Service at the American University. I got my bachelor's in international relations and communications, and I was going to work for the United Nations. I was going to train them on how to conduct business. That's what I was going to do. I was like, I'm not going to take care of anybody's kids. They're rude. They're obnoxious. No, I don't want to do it. So my aunt, she tricked me. She's like, come have lunch with me in the city. Come have lunch. Bring your resume, bring your transcript. Let's see what we can find you while you wait. So she ended up showing my resume to somebody, to one of the chancellors and in the one of the districts there. And he saw it and he was like, hey, do you want to be a math teacher? I like math. Sure, why not? Right. And I stepped foot into a classroom. It was hard. It was rough. And I love that. To this day, I love my first class. To this day, I love my first group of students because they showed me that when you love and you respect people, I don't care where they're from, I don't care their walk of life, I don't care how old they are, because sometimes people look at kids like they don't matter. Children, there's a word in Creole, we call children timun, little people. Children are people. So even when they're teenagers and they're obnoxious and they're bratty, they're still people and they are entitled to have those days, but we just have to show them how to have those moody days. But I have not looked back since. And I tell my students every day, I love what I do. And because I love what I do, I'm able to give it my all, no matter what, no matter how, if we have those tough days and you have difficult days, and no matter what, I give it my all. So, folks, fam, that's what we're going to do this month. This month, together, we're going to move in love. Together, we're going to walk in love. Together, we're going to fall in love. Together, we're going to stand in love. Because if you want to see change the world, I know this sounds so, esoteric and it sounds so kitschy. Listen, they say be the change you want to see in the world. That's true. You have to be the change you want to see in the world. And how do you begin to change? You change with love, because love is the strongest power of them all. Love is the strongest catalyst. Love is the strongest spark. So if our former president is able to move people with hate, then we as a people can move each other in love. And that's what we're going to do. Every single week, I'm going to come on here every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. We're going to talk about love. And you come in, you bring your friends, and you bring your comments, and we have a conversation. And you can even jump on StreamYard. I'll invite you into the chat, and we will walk and move in love. What's up, cuz? What's up, cuz? So I want us to do this together. It can't be done alone, right? So I hope that tonight I put a little bug in your ear, I put a little spark in your heart, and that you can also come back and put a spark in mine, because we are here to feed each other and to help each other and to love each other. So that's what it's all about. Fam, join us on Friday night. Friday night, we're going to have our special Galentine's Day. Tomorrow night, my friends and I are launching our first talk show. Think of The View, but with me and two of my friends, Coach Heidi K, who's a relationship expert, and Verdell Jones with Conversations with Verdell. And it's the three of us just having all different types of conversation. It's amazing. These ladies are wonderful, and we had a good time filming these. So guys, you got to be on here tomorrow night on Facebook, on Rude Rangers Television. You don't even have to go, just go to Rude Rangers Television, ruderangers.com, and you're going to see the talk show, right? So it's amazing. You guys got to get on. Listen, guys, February is Love Month. Love on you. Fam, be bigger, be fitter, be stronger, be good to you, because you're the only you there is. This temple, this body, is the first temple that breathed life. It was the first temple that was given to you. Honor it. Honor it with love. Honor it with light. And fam, I love you. And be back here tomorrow night. And like I said, every single week, we're going to be here. So let's be the change. All right, fam. Good night.